Hey guys, this is Exicutephase here. I'm just going to quickly go over my gear so you guys can get an idea of what I use, because I know a lot of you guys do ask what my build is. So starting off, I have the Lionheart helm. I really like it mainly for the 2% hit, because it is pretty hard to get hit cap at 59. Another option, if you're not going to use the Lionheart helm, is the tier 0.5 helmet. It does have better stamina, because the Lionheart has none, but losing that hit, I don't think it's worth it. For the neck, you have the neck from ZG. I like it for the reduced cost on hamstring by 2 rage. I think that's pretty good. Another option would be the Mark of Forging from the quest in Eastern Plaguelands, but that has no raw stats on it. I'm a big fan of raw stats for stuff like the ZG buff and other buffs. So yeah, and this one's pretty easy to get as well. Shoulders, just the Spalders of Valor with the ZG enchant. They're pretty good. The tier 0.5 are better, but pretty big pain to get. I did a few runs, I didn't really get good drops. So I decided to just roll with these. It's not a huge difference between them. Another option is the True Strike Shoulders. Once again, for the hit, but once losing the stats, not really worth it. The cloak, I'm using the cloak from AV. There are better cloaks. This one has around 23 overall stats, and this other cloak's around 25. The cloak from Strat Undead is right here. Cape the Black Baron's pretty good. I ran that a few times and get it to drop, but if you can't get anything else to drop, this one is not bad. And the 5 frost resistance make him in handy. And then chest, I have the chest from ZG. Also pretty easy to get if you just join a GDKP run. Many people 60s don't really want the tier sets anymore, so you can get them for like 50 gold all day long. And then just all stats plus 4. And then bracers, same thing. ZG bracers. Gloves, this is where I go a bit different. I go for the 0.5 gloves. Most people go for the stronghold gloves. Let's see here. These ones right here. So yeah, I don't have immune to disarm, but I do get the 18 strength. I get disarmed by a few Twink warriors on the alliance, but the majority of the games, I'd say 90% of the games, I'm not getting disarmed. So losing the 18 strength for that immune to disarm, it's not worth it in my opinion. Yeah, you'll lose a few fights against some try-hard guys, once in a while, but I'd rather just hit harder. And then belt, the ZG belt. If you can't get the ZG belt, the Arathi Basin Honored belt is pretty good. 17 strength, 10 stamina, 1 crit, so you just lose a bit of strength. And then for the pants, I go for the leg plates of striking. There is the Cloud Keeper leg plates, the world drop. Let's see here. Right here. And these do have more stats, it looks like, and it does have an on-use effect. But these ones with the 1% crit actually do have 5 more overall stats. And then the 100 attack power every 15 minutes is pretty much whatever. I don't really care about that. Boots, I'm just using these for now. I will use the AB boots, but I'm actually not even reverted with them yet. But when I get them, I'll use the AB boots. But in the meantime, these are good. And then rings. Warsong Gulch ring, really good. Big fat raw stats. Myrmidon Signet, exact same thing. Big fat raw stats. Both of these are pretty darn easy to pick up. And then for trinkets, Black Hand's Breath, obviously great, just 2% crit, can't go wrong. I use Rune of the Guard Captain when my Diamond Flask is on cooldown. So usually I'll start a game, I'll pop Diamond Flask in the first fight, and then in the meantime I'll slap this on. A lot of people think you should get Hand of Justice for that 2% chance for an extra auto and the 20 attack power, but the way I see it, if you have the 1% chance to hit, you'll likely gain more than that one extra hit every 2 out of 100 times. Plus I'm not even hit cap, so the 1% really does help. I think this is a really underrated trinket for PvP for warriors. A lot of people brush it off because it's just a green and easy to get one, but it's quite good in my opinion. Bow, this is where I messed up. The best bow in my opinion, is the one from the Alterac Valley quest, the quest that gives you the Ice Barb Spear. I wasn't really the Bloodseeker, the crossbow, I think. I wasn't really thinking when I did it. I took the spear because I thought it was great at 51. But looking back, I would have taken the crossbow. But if you're like me and messed up, there's a couple good options. The Satyr's bow, the 1% hit bow from Dire Maul, is really good. 3 agility, 1% hit. I haven't got a chance to go get it yet, so I just got this off the auction house for now. Then weapon, Arcanite Reaper is just a monster. It is crazy expensive. 20 Arcanite bars. The price has just gone down on the Arcanite bars, so they're not as bad as they used to be, but it's still going to be, 1.4k minimum with everything. It's just good for the axe spec. Nice and slow. Good stats. If you can't get the Arcanite Reaper, Crystal Spiked Maul off the auction house is quite good. It's 390 speed, but I don't really like mace spec. I'm a big fan of creating big numbers. And then if you can't get either of them and you don't want to get the bow, then you could honestly use Ice Barb Spear all day long at 59 and still do pretty great. And then for one-handed, I just use the Warsun Gulch Sword. And then I'll show you some of my stats. So I have 26.91 crit in battle, and then 29.90 in Berserker on buff, which is great, right? You just have huge crit chance, getting lots of rage from the crits. Yeah, and then if you don't want to commit to like the ZG gear and like farming all this stuff, you could get by with just some AB blues, some other cheap blues off the auction house, and Ice Barb Spear, and you can still have a good time. You won't be the best, but you won't be terrible either. So yeah, I know you guys always ask what gear I'm using, so there's my gear, and yeah, have a great day.